Hello and welcome to See You in 3 Months podcast with Richard and
Joe.
It's been a bit more than 3 months.
Yeah, it always ends up that way, doesn't it?
I've had uni. It's been hectic at uni, to say the least. How about you? Why haven't we done it?
Why? Well, I've been obviously sorting out accommodation and student finance for uni. That's not really something that's gotten in the way of this, but I felt like mentioning it. Work, and you've had moving down again, and a bunch of other stuff has just been getting away. I'm also in a play.
Oh, what play?
The Canterbury Tales, directed by Jeanette Evans, because they always are with me. But yeah, no, it's a good. It's more of a series of short plays than one big one. And I'm in the latter three. So we've got The Wife of Bath. I won't say too much about them. I've got The Wife of Bath, which actually comes in two parts because we have the interval in between.
Ooh.
Which is good because it's the third play and it's a big one, so they're able to do one half before the interval, one half after. So it's perfectly nice.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and then I'm in The Knight's Tale, which is after, and then The Miller's Tale, which is obviously the final one. And they're all really good and funny, and it's all comedic, and yeah, it's exciting.
And I also heard that you have a singing role in it.
Not a massive singing role, it's just a little tune that I do, like a line.
Oh, but good. So you'll remember it.
maybe. But so, I was a bit worried because I was ill a little while ago, and obviously I know I was going to be better in a few months. But it was like I couldn't do it for that one rehearsal. I was like, oh, I look shit.
That's always the worst.
Yeah.
I remember in summer when I started at team sport, when I started at team sport, I was so tired. Like, learning skills, using my brain, standing, walking, masking my ADHD and autism, and dyspraxia, just like drained me. And then I had Titchfield rehearsals for National. Oh my god, it nearly killed me.
Yeah.
Something I've been thinking about recently is when we interviewed Kevin.
Oh yes, the artistic director.
Yeah, and he said that he doesn't get burnt out because he's passionate about theatre. I've been thinking about that recently as well, and like how passionate he is, how passionate I am.
Yeah.
And it just really helps me get through, like, when I'm tired and doing theatre, when I'm like, I'd rather be in bed right now.
Yeah.
But it's theatre, so
Yeah.
of course I'm doing it when I'm tired. Like, I'm going to be doing tech for Not Much Ado About Nothing, Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yes.
Yeah, you said the horny one, so hopefully that's the right one.
It is a bit. A Midsummer Night's Dream, yeah.
And yeah, I'm going to do that, but I'm going straight from work to the tech rehearsal. So 3 a.m. to 11:45, and then straight to the tech rehearsal. I'm gonna be tired, but I've done it before with the last Shakespeare and the first Shakespeare I did tech for. So we live, we vibe.
Yeah.
So last time we talked about what we were going to do within these 3 months, or how many months it's been, because I had uni. So what did you say? I think you said do more work, get student accommodation ready.
Yeah, that's what I was looking forward to, the student accommodation and stuff. Okay, so I've got student accommodation sorted. I've shown you what the room probably looks like because I'm terrible with that sort of thing.
I'm doing the admin when we get a house together.
Yeah. I'm not good with the admin side, so sometimes I do things and I don't remember them. But I'm 90% sure that I know what the room looks like. So I think that is at least something.
Yeah.
And I probably won't take much with me anyway, to be honest. I'm a heavy like when I'm going on holiday, I tend to pack more. But if I'm moving in, I think compared to how much people normally would pack, I probably won't pack that much. If
but
that makes sense.
It'll still be a carload.
Yeah, obviously, because I've got stuff that I want. But.
And if I'm only taking like a rucksack to Wales, I'll just be like, can you pay me more than £100, please? Oh yeah, I'm taking Joe to Wales because there's no way he's getting on a train with like a dozen suitcases.
Yeah.
So,
and not losing at least half of them. Yeah.
Oh my god, there's a thing I call a movie I watched recently called The Bullet Train. Definitely recommend.
Bullet Train, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great one.
It's just so chaotic.
It is.
And it's like Deadpool 2 because the director of Deadpool 2 directed that one, so
yeah,
it's
Deadpool
great.
2 is a good film. Got Deadpool 3 coming out at some point, haven't they?
Yeah, man, that's exciting.
Looking forward to that.
Are you excited for Despicable Me 4?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to all of the new films.
I'm not.
Really?
It's just gonna be a GIF marathon for old people.
Yeah,
like
but every film is, like, really. But no, I think it'll be alright. I think I'm looking forward to Deadpool because I really like the Deadpool films.
Yeah.
And you mentioned watching Inside Out 2.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing that because the first one was really good.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. They just got the puberty button installed.
that was at the end
Inside
of the
Out
first
1.
Yeah.
Basically, they talk about how it's been since the first film, the developments that's happened, and then it gets developed more. And it's about sense of self,
right?
How sense of self is built, and the resolution and climax of the film has a brilliant interpretation of what happens inside the head when a panic attack happens. So that's all I'm saying. That's not really a spoiler, but enjoy that. Have fun.
Yeah.
And the worst thing about Pixar films, the best and worst thing, is it's brilliant pace. Every scene is needed, except two scenes, which means I couldn't go for a wee because I've been losing weight recently because I feel like shit. I've been pissing a lot more.
Wow, you just said that. Okay.
So
fair enough.
So as soon as I need it, I need it.
Yeah.
And I was trying to wait for an appropriate moment, like I did in the previous film I watched at the cinema, which was If, which had so many unnecessary scenes, but it was good because of the music.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was like, there's no appropriate time. And then they were like, oh, we're going to do something. And I'm like, yeah, I don't need to watch this. It's just saying what they're going to do, or doing what they just said they do. So I went to the loo during that, and it was alright.
Nice.
Pixar films are great storytelling.
Yeah.
And final spoiler is something that's really unnecessary and out of place but cool imagery is there's 3 types of animation in one shot. That's really cool. I like that. But it's also a bit cringe. But enjoy that.
Another thing in the world of film I've just remembered is we've had the new Doctor Who series recently.
Ooh.
I've been watching it. Episodes out every Saturday, and it's really good. They've had some really nice political messaging, and they've explored that in really unique ways. Doctor Who's been known for that. They've had these like crazy adventures, but then there's been like a hidden meaning behind them. I'm not going to spoil them too much, but there have been episodes like I think this one would be a less political one, but the episode Boom I really loved. Space babies. Yes, that is pretty much what it says on the tin. And I can't remember the name of it, but there were like these people with like bubbles that were like screens. That was really interesting.
Are there more explicit trans stories than the... How do you know it's he, him? How do you know it's she, her?
I think what they're trying to do is they're just trying to implement trans characters to make it normalized through the series. I think that's what they're trying. They have a non-binary celestial being in the series called what's their name? The Maestro, which is like this meant to be some sort of pantheon god of music or something. And that's another thing, they've taken a bit of a dive into fantasy, which I'm really interested in. I'm completely here for it. We've also seen the return of the previous trans character, Rose, which I like. I like her as a character, and now they've started using that character more. I like that. And yeah, the last episode, which was The Legend of Ruby Sunday, the name of the Doctor's companion, I know you wouldn't know that, was a bit confusing for me, but it's a 2-part episode, so the next part will be this Saturday, and I'm really interested to see where it goes. It was interesting but confusing, which is what Doctor Who normally is, which I'm enjoying. So
that's exciting.
Yeah.
TV show I've been watching with Mum is House MD. House is a dickhead, but he's smart. And unethical, and it's great. Something I said that I was going to do last time was a site-specific performance on the Green.
Ah, right, yeah.
That went well. Despite complications with my group, it went well. So the field was booked for us for the whole day. And then there was someone mowing the grass. And I went over and I said, "Hi, I'm doing a performance on the grass. Can you stop for 10 minutes, please?" And he was like, "I've got to mow the grass though." I was like, "Yeah, but I have a performance. Could you stop for 10 minutes, please? Would that be right?" And he was like, "Well, on the sheet it doesn't say anything's booked out." And then my module convener and theatre and performance head came over and was like, "We booked this, the field. Can we have that? Can you stop for 10 minutes?" And then he stopped.
Yeah.
So that was fun. And then he didn't open the right gate that the risk assessment said that we're going to use that gate because there was less mud.
Yeah. And
I just couldn't be asked to ask him any more questions, so I was just like, "Be careful with the mud. Be careful. Don't die. Don't trip." And yeah, it went beautifully. Everyone loved our piece. They liked the imagery of the timeline because it was about the different eras of teaching and stuff at Goldsmiths.
Yeah.
I was a cricketer, a cocky cricketer. There was then World War II, which was presented by Rita. Then there was Businesswoman by Anamika. And then Thea was Everything is Overtaken by Robots Future. And Anamika was present day. And yeah, it was okay. I'm proud of it. But it was stressful. And the feedback we got was not aimed at me. It was great.
Nice.
It was aimed at the group dynamic.
Yeah,
which
I think you even mentioned that during... Yeah.
Which I tried my best.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tried my best. What else did I say? I think I said another performance. Scenography. I was stage manager for that.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't do the best. It was a bit annoying. But we tried, we experimented, we failed. Well, you didn't fail, we passed, but not that great for pass.
No.
She said that we didn't break the boundaries, take any risks, we played it safe, which is fair. But I tried.
Yeah.
We tried. So, and it's first year, so we can make mistakes. And then Easter happened, and my granddad died.
Yeah.
So I didn't do my assessment for Critical Dialogues B, and I had a 5-day extension on my essay, where I got a first. I got a first on my essay, and a first on my presentation for Critical Dialogues B, where I talked about censorship and freedom of speech, where I was like, freedom of speech, laws and stuff have clauses which say it isn't true freedom of speech. You can still be tried and prosecuted for the words you say,
Yeah.
but you can say words freely.
Oh, okay.
So I was just like, there's contradictions in freedom to make sure that there is freedom and not anarchy. People were like, oh, if we have Joe Biden, there'll be anarchy. If we do this, well, there'll be anarchy. But when it comes to freedom of speech, they're like, oh yeah, it should be freedom. I should just be able to say the N-word. I should be able to do this, say this, say this. Do you want anarchy or not?
Yeah, because if suddenly there are no consequences for what you're saying, a lot of things could it could lead to a lot of more severe things, because you're not like, yeah, I see what you mean.
And like, in context, some slurs are alright. In context. Like, Pillow Man.
Oh, I see, yeah.
When the police say the R slur, that then is combated by Katurian, and then when Katurian finds out his brother has killed all those kids, he then uses it against the brother, which means he's annoyed.
Yeah.
And his the police were right, so he's annoyed at that. And that's where context really matters when it comes to speech.
Yeah.
And there shouldn't be censorship, because that makes... Who is the censor? That means everything can be censored if there is censorship. Yeah, I like getting firsts in my first year.
I can't quite remember when you started, but you're working at Asda.
Oh yes, that was February, March. I think I was... So March. I started in March.
That would have been after the
Yeah.
first... Yeah.
We recorded it on February 12th, I think.
Yeah.
Around that time.
Yeah.
And I got the job in March.
Okay, so quite a bit after.
Yeah. The advice I give you is be persistent.
Yeah.
I
have started being more persistent, but I can't lie, I'm a bit of a pusher.
Be persistent, because I got the job at Asda from being persistent. I went for the interview, and they went for the interview, and they didn't call back on Monday like they said. So I called back on Monday, and was like, do I have the job or not? And they were like, sorry, he's off sick for a few days. And I was like, okay. And then I called back after a few days, and he was like, oh yeah, he doesn't work on Saturdays. I was like, okay, cool. Then I called back, and then I finally got him, and he was like, oh yeah, you didn't make it. And then next day he said, well, I actually have a job, cleaning the pod, cleaning the vehicles, driving the vehicles. Would you like that? And I was like, and he said the times, and I was like, no, sorry, I have uni. And he was like, oh, why didn't you say that in the first place then? I was like, you didn't ask. I didn't say.
You kind of weren't there.
And it was only Sundays. It was only Sundays that I was contracted to under that new contract, so I was able to do it around uni. So I didn't feel like it was relevant to talk about uni. But then he was like, "Oh, can you do weekdays?" And I was like, "No, sorry, got uni." And I was like, I was already expecting a rejection. I was like, so after I said, "No, sorry, I have uni. Please keep me in your brain and keep me informed, and thank you very much." And she was like, no, wait, when can you do? I was like, weekends. And she was like, okay, I'll see what I can do. At 10 p.m, I got an email saying, we are offering you the job of service colleague. And then I called back on the weekend. No, on Wednesday. And I couldn't get through to him, so I called another person. And he was like, he doesn't work on Wednesdays. And he was like... And I was like, oh, okay, that's... And I was like, well, I've got a job offer, but I'm not sure what it is. Because he said he didn't have anything for me. And he was like, oh, that's strange. Yeah, try to call back tomorrow. So I called back on Thursday. And then I got through to him. And he was like, oh yeah, it's just doing the picking, like you did at Ferrum. I was like, oh, cool, thanks for that. And he said, oh yeah, don't worry about the start date. That's just automatic by the system. I'm on holiday for a week, so I'll get back to you in a week. And they text me, can you come in tomorrow to do the induction? I was like, yeah, sure. Brought in my folder, my file, because Ferrum gave it to me to give to Old Kent Road, and then they didn't want me, so I kept my folder, and all I had to do was fill out one form and then get to picking. The one form they gave me was about how to safely push the trolley without getting injured. Something that could have helped me a lot at Ferrum, they gave me, and I looked at the date when it was made, like when the form was made, 2021.
Oh god. So
I was employed 2022.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. No, 2023. I was employed by Esther 2023, and they didn't give me that form. And I really fucked my back up a lot. But now, I know that you don't put your full weight on it. You just push it, and then let the trolley do the momentum. And that makes it so much easier. But it would have been so much easier if they told me that in the fucking first place. But, you know,
Yeah.
Ferrum is shit. I'm never going back to Ferrum. Haven't all the way. Go champ.
At my workplace, Subway, things have started changing because we've had new items on the menu, not sponsored.
What's your favourite new item?
It's the new footlong churro. It's really good. I like it.
I saw the advert on Instagram. They messed it up so bad.
What, the advert?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because it was on a slide, and they cropped it, so it was like that, like middle, and then bottom of the slide, and then top of the slide, and the middle of the slide, and it was just like, can you hire me, please? Like, whenever I see shitty tech and stuff like that, I'm just like, hire me. I can do so much better, and I'm a fucking uni student in theatre.
Yeah, that's true. But
like, when I see shit edits of adverts and like shitty audio, I'm like, give me the reins. I can make it so much better than you. Like, that isn't even me bragging or being arrogant. I can make better adverts than what they're making at the moment.
Yeah. Fair. The
like, if you want something to pop off, just put Subway Surfers on it.
Jesus Christ. There was no pun intended either. There was it. If you want more people going to the church, put Subway Surfers over it. So the food is good. You got the cinnamon sugar, the new caramel sauce that goes with it. It's really good. But as well as that, we've actually in the store I work at, we've had more people coming in trying to get food off of us for free. Like, they'll buy something and then they'll try and get either money or food. The most recent one, this guy, oh my goodness, this guy was committed to it. So we have a way of refunding, and that you have to bring the food back the same day, because otherwise, and because then we can see what's wrong with it. We can be like, oh yeah, we'll just get you something else for free, and there obviously has to be. You have to actually have ordered it. We can check that on the system whether the order is legit. But yeah, and some people. There was this guy who came in. He called me up, and I was like, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna come in because I want my food back. I want my money back. I have rights. I'm entitled to this." And I'm like, "Okay, give me a second. I'm just gonna talk to someone of, more authority than me, because I actually had no idea what to do." So I called up my colleague and I said, "What do I do? This guy's asking for his food. He says."
And she went, "I'm not on the clock right now. Fuck off."
No. Actually, she was alright. She said, "What was it?" She said, "Okay, so there are a couple of things you can tell him that you're not able to because you aren't like a manager or something, and he can come back." Now, that was because I had already told my colleague that this order was a couple days ago. The colleague that was on shift, what we found out, the colleague that was on shift those couple of days ago, I won't name any names, he got the call and he said the same thing as me, when in actuality, if it's on the same day, you tell them to bring the food back so that we can check it, because if they have had something wrong with the food, then obviously we can do something about that, because that's our fault. But if they can't bring the food back, then obviously they've either eaten it or, we can't do anything about that. So
What if they bring it back but it's a bag of vomit?
Then that's a bit... We didn't sell them the vomit, did we? It's not our fault. I don't know, to be honest. I have no idea. That's never happened. So, yeah, anyway, that call happens, and I tell him, "Yeah, you know what, come back with the managers in." And he's like, "Oh, but he didn't tell me that he had that call already." He's like, "Oh, okay," and then hangs up. He says he's going to come in, so I'm like, all right. My colleague says, "Call me back if he comes in." He doesn't come in. I close. That's it. That's what I think. Show's over. End of discussion. He comes back a couple days ago, so it had been like a week since his order at this point. He comes back, he starts demanding either his food or money, and it's just me on shift. So I'm just like, "No, you can't really do that because, it was a while ago, all this." And then he keeps demanding I call my colleague again, and this time she comes in store, and she has the same discussion with this guy, tells him the same thing, and then it gets so bad that we end up calling one of our bosses, and he tells him, "Look, we can't do anything. It's too ridiculous." And then he starts making threats to stand outside and stop customers coming in. Now, we, at that point, had every right to say, "Look, we can call the police now and get you removed."
Yeah.
But no, my boss goes, "You know what, just get him a sub." So that happened. But
de-escalate the situation by giving them a sandwich.
Yeah. Moral of the story, please don't bug us. We're just trying to do our job.
And it's minimum wage and shit hours, so
don't please, just, it's not worth it. We're the ones that have to deal with the shit.
And just make your own fucking sandwich.
If you don't, he talks about the chicken. He's like, "Oh, this chicken's clearly been in like the fridge for 3 days or out, just left out open."
Make your own fucking sandwich.
The chicken is on rotation. It's at the very least daily that it's replaced. So you cannot. It wouldn't have been out there for a few days. It probably wasn't even taken out of the freezer in the last 3 days. So
Madness.
There's no way. But yeah, obviously customers, they like to dramatise things, and we've had a few people try and get food, and there was this weird guy. He was like old, weird guy. He said he recorded me. He said he's going to put a video up on YouTube of me. And I was just like, it was a bit creepy.
Was it like the, "Can I have more lettuce?"
No, it wasn't that. He's that, because, again, while I'm closing, because I've started closing a lot recently, I was closing. I have to turn the coffee machine off and certain machines off before we close, because then I have more time to do the other things when we actually close.
And isn't there like a cleaning thing for the coffee thing?
What, like a cycle?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can clean it manually if you'd rather, and the
wants to
results
do
are
that?
always better when you clean it manually. So I
Who
tend
wants to do
scrub
that?
it. I tend to scrub it because I like it when the coffee machine's clean.
Fucking sucker.
And yeah, I know. But anyway, so yeah, and anyway, I tell him the coffee machine's clean. He makes his order, and then after he's paid and after he's eaten, he asks for a discount. And I'm like, well, you can't really do that because you've already paid, so no. And then he shows me his phone. He's like, oh, I've been recording you. You're going on YouTube. And I was just like, oh, that's a bit creepy. And but
I think that's illegal on a private property.
It is private property too, yeah. Because basically we let people in. It's not like the store owner lets people in. It's not that he has to let people in. If it's closed, then I'm on his behalf closing the store. And also, if we say no filming, because again, private. You know,
and like,
if it was public,
you're just making money.
If you're standing outside and filming, you can technically do that because you're on public or pavement.
Yeah,
it's a bit weird.
Like I would. But the only worker that I would film is Jeff Bezos, because he has money, and I could get money from paparazzi money. But a fucking Subway worker, that's just why.
I don't even think he did, to be honest. I think he was just making blank threats because he you know,
and
he was like, oh,
you didn't even do anything wrong.
I didn't.
Like,
I was just doing my job. I was like, oh, I have to close the coffee machine. I even explained it to him, which I also didn't have to do. I had to close the coffee machine because I'm closing soon, and I have to clean other things later. And he was just like, oh, but I wasn't happy with the coffee machine. You should have given me a discount. I know your boss, blah blah blah. I was just like, okay, cool. And then he left. And that was it.
Someone at work asked me where something was, and I had no idea what it was. And they were like, I was like, sorry, I don't know. And she was like, can you guess? And I was like, aisle 13.
Yeah, just pick one that's obviously wrong. That's what I would have done.
Have a guess.
Freezer
aisle.
aisle.
Can I call a friend? She was like, I was just like, what is that? I don't know. Can I call a friend? Can I call my manager? Like, I don't know. I've just got here. I also like, so I pick people's orders, and if the item isn't there, they can either decide not to have any substitutions or get some substitution. Sometimes the device doesn't give you some suggestions, so you have to make it up. The other day, availability was horrible. They changed everything around.
Right.
So nothing was there. Nothing was in the right place. And they asked for beef jerky, and it said it was in the George Holmes section. I looked there just in case. It was not there. And then I pressed item not available. Didn't give me an other option of place where it could be. And it wouldn't give me an option for a substitution. So I asked where beef jerky could be, and they went crisp aisle. And I went to the crisp aisle. I was like, not here. Gonna nil pick it, which means no picking. Let them deal with it. Let the managers deal with it. I don't know. I have no idea. And apparently that happened with Jam a few months ago as well, where it was like, our Jam is aisle 7, bottom of aisle 7 near the checkouts, and it was saying somewhere completely different. So that it's happened before, and it's happening again. History repeats itself.
Get it sorted.
Donald Trump is Hitler.
Oh my god.
It's true though. And some one day we didn't have 2 kilogram sugar. I like subbing up, which means if they ask for an item, I like giving them more or an expensive version of it. So I gave them 5 kilograms of sugar.
Your bosses must hate you.
I mean, they haven't told me off yet, and they have no idea where the £1,271 left the business. So
you are very bold for putting this online, but fair enough.
Mate, I'm never going to give my my workmates my YouTube. So if they find it, good on them.
You know what? I'm
probably going to move. If I can't get a job, as a job in London, I probably have enough experience and stuff to get a job in theatre, and also I'll just be like, yes, I love theatre. I can do everything. I can do the coffee while making a sandwich and greeting customers at the front door. Like, I am a great person.
Yeah. Another thing, and
Well,
this
fuck,
is
it went American.
the
then.
benefits of working in Subway. I don't know if they do this in any other fast food restaurant or other restaurant. The benefits of working at this particular Subway, at least, is that when food is slightly wrong to the point we can't sell it, we can have it. I love that because, like, you can break a cookie. Oh, we can't actually sell a broken cookie, so we just have to take it.
Just glue it together.
Or, if you're lucky, if you get a broken cookie, we'll just put another cookie in the order as well. We'll just be like, fuck it, you can have both.
And if your colleague burns cookies,
oh, you
can take it home.
No, here's the thing. Here's the funny thing about that. He did not burn them.
Yeah,
they were perfectly
it was
sellable.
It was.
They weren't
so,
perfect, but they were sellable.
It was crunchy and charred, like lettuce, but it was sweet lettuce, so it was good.
I don't understand that. Okay, explanation.
You can.
It was a
you
nice.
You can put lettuce on a grill, and it makes it charred. That's kind of how it was tasting, but it was sweet and less charred than lettuce.
Yeah,
but it was a sweet lettuce, so I liked it.
And I was telling my colleague about it, my other colleague, who didn't burn the cookies or whatever, and she was like, "Yeah, well, if they're slightly overcooked, you can still sell them, and we might get a couple of complaints, but it won't be too much. I mean, nothing that we don't normally."
I broke my tooth on this.
But I made her laugh because I said, "Yeah, they were all overcooked, but I don't know how the hell he could tell them with the double chocolate ones, because they're all just dark." So
we are going to Portugal in 2025. That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm paying for my mum's accommodation, and towards shopping, Joe's paying for his accommodation, flights, and bit of shopping maybe.
But as usual, Richard's doing the admin because I'm shit at that sort of thing.
And you're also overpaying me
so that
you have spending money and
just
saved up. No, I know.
You know what I was about to say.
Because I remember once you were like, "No, I can't have anything because I'm having savings. I can't have anything. I can't buy anything because I have savings." And then we got out the road and it was like, "There's KFC here. Should we get it?"
Like, here's the thing, right? When I said I don't think I've ever said I can't have anything. I just say I have to be careful, and I am, believe it or not, I am considering how much money I've got. And when I said, "Oh, let's have KFC," I knew that I could afford it.
But there was a time where you went, "Oh, I can get out of savings."
There is, because sometimes, okay, I do have a bad habit of just saying, "You know what, I'll just save up more next month." And it has worked, to be honest. It has worked so far, but I've stopped doing it because I'm like, there's got to be some point where I stop. Otherwise, I'm just going to reach a month where I don't save anything. So I have kind of stopped that.
Yeah, I'm really excited to go to Portugal with you. We're going to go on many walks on the beach, like
time.
Romantic people.
Yeah, first time for me
offense.
outside the UK.
Yes.
I've not.
And you'll be with me.
Yeah, man.
Who's been outside the UK?
I'm not.
Lagomera, Wales.
Wales is in the UK, you twat. You just upset a whole group of people.
Sorry, I was thinking of England.
Yeah, I've been outside of England, don't worry.
So I've been to La Gomera, which is Canary Islands.
Mm-hmm.
La Gomera twice, so that's one country. Portugal.
A few times, is it?
Yeah, a few times. Twice, actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure there's more. Isle of Man, technically.
No, I don't think that counts because it's still under UK thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and no.
Yeah.
I
think that counts. I don't know. Comment down below.
But yeah, Oh, that's really annoyed me. I'm sure I've been to more than 2 countries outside the UK.
Like France, Spain. Any of that?
France.
France.
I
there
went
we
to
go.
Disneyland Paris.
There we go. I knew you'd been to one of the two.
Yeah, and if we have enough money, we can do the zip line from Spain into Portugal.
That would be nice because I've not been to Spain either, so I'll be crossing 2 countries to offer that.
And hopefully, Mum can afford the car.
It'd be so different. It'd be so nice. I've not been to I've not been to another country that's like completely different.
You will not be able to wear a hoodie in Portugal heat.
Yeah, he's mentioning it because I'm wearing a hoodie in summer right now. So
it's a heat wave right now, and you're wearing a hoodie in a south-facing bedroom.
Yep.
Madness.
I love it.
And I had to turn the fan off to record this, so we are hot.
Oh yeah, it is south-facing.
Joe's more attractive though.
Yeah.
What?
What? Okay, so we've talked a lot about TV, a lot about what we've been doing, and a little bit about what we're going to do in terms of shows. But
I haven't finished what I've been doing.
Never mind. Carry on.
There's a module called Theatre Making 1, where we could pick different options than we have. And I had a big set idea when I did stage management. But because I wasn't doing set, I had to rely on the set person. And it was utter shite. I asked for a 6-foot block. They had a block that would have gone up to your ankle, made of cardboard boxes. I asked for wood, a 6-foot wood block that my actor could step in, and they did not come to any rehearsals except the last few when I snitched on them, had a breakdown, and was like, no one is listening, no one's coming in, help me. And no one likes the course, I don't understand. And it was utter shit. And I wanted to fully realise my ideas. So I became the set and object person and for Theatre Making 1. And I loved it. I used the drill and didn't cry. The last time I used a drill, my dad taught me, so he was like, why are you so shit at this? He didn't say shit, but like he was like, oh, why are you so bad at this? The man thing, dickhead. So I used to drill and didn't cry. I fixed a table because it had 3 legs and was fucking disgusting because it was left outside. And I wanted it to look brown. In the end, it looked orange. I sanded it, and then I painted it, and sanded it, and it looked pretty good. In the low light that we had, it looked brown. If it was actually lit, it would be orange. So if we had more budget, I would buy a table which looked old-fashioned and brown, or buy a table that looked nearly old-fashioned and brown and make it old-fashioned and brown. And then there was also the concept of the story was there was an interrogation and of this person who killed all her friends at a party. Friends in inverted commas, because she was obsessed with them and they didn't like her. They weren't nice to her because she was a bit weird and obsessive. And it basically turned out that she had killed them. So how do you show that on stage? Mannequins. Well, the mannequins were white and not really realistic. So I put them in body bags.
Okay.
Well, bin bags. Because body bags are what they put bodies in and limbs in. When people come out and police come out and detectives come out, they put it in body bags. So I thought bin bags because she's insane, and also put police tape because she's insane. And I loved it, and it was great. Yeah. The annoying thing was I was going to experiment with balloons because it was about the perception of a monster, what makes a monster, and we noticed that our monsters, all our monsters, were men. So we had a female monster, which was cool. Yeah. And it was also touching on like insanity and violence and gore and stuff like that, and what makes a killer, what makes a monster. And I had the idea of balloons, kind of like One of Us is Lying homecoming scene. One of Us is Lying is a TV show, really, really good, definitely recommend it, where it's a murder mystery it's a murder mystery, and depending on what information we get, the audience gets, and the people get, it's different people are portrayed as monsters through seeing different sides of them, or like creepy music and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to hint to that because it was the perception of a monster through the information we had. But I got ill. I had diarrhea for 1 week. Disgusting. So I couldn't realise my ideas for that. And I also, my last idea, the day before the performance, was a salt circle around the bodies, and so the bodies were kind of like in a circle. So put a salt circle around, and then she steps in, because in the interrogation scene, she says it was a demon. There's a game called The Midnight Man, right? A paranormal game that or ritual, where you put your name, some blood on a paper, and a candle behind a door at 3:33 a.m. You knock the door 20 times, and then you open the door, and if your candle is blown out, the Midnight Man is there, and you are targeted. And if you want the game to stop or nothing to happen, you put yourself in a salt circle to keep the demon out, the Midnight Man out. Right. So the killer in that circle is the demon. It was a demon detective, so the demon is inside the circle, which is pretty cool.
Ah, so right. The demon's inside the circle where the person would be.
Yeah.
Right.
So she's protecting herself from demons while being a demon.
Yeah, I see.
Like, she's so delusional that she doesn't know that she's a demon. That's a metaphorically demon. I really wanted that, but it would take too much to clean up. And we also had blood on stage, which was made out of syrup. Not my idea, unfortunately, because I was ill. My idea of the blood being slime was overruled, so we had syrup instead. And yeah, I really loved that module, because it was the first time where I was actually, it was like ... I woke up and I was like, okay, I'm fixing to get a desk today. Okay, I'm doing this today. Yeah. Instead of going, okay, let's get inspired, let's get motivated. No, I was already motivated because there was a goal, there was a reason to do what I was doing. And my favourite thing was the stage manager didn't entirely know her role, which is fair enough. we weren't really taught what our roles were. We had only 2 workshops and no introductory workshops like we did in the last sonography module. So she didn't know what a role was, fair enough, but she was brilliant at it. She planned the rehearsals and was like, and sometimes she was like, right, what do you guys need to do? This. Alright, go do it.
Yeah.
What do you need to do? This. Right, go do it. And with me, she would like, she knew that to get me to work, she'd give me a task. Autism. I only work if I get a task.
Yeah.
Or like, I work best when I'm giving a task. Keep it like this. And don't press the mute button.
I didn't.
Good. And yeah, she was great. And I liked working with the people I did.
Yeah.
There were obviously some tense moments, but that's what you have to expect in a group dynamic.
Yeah.
Especially when devising. But yeah, it was really fun. And I was laying down some I was taping down some wires for health and safety, and I got a vibration in my pocket. Someone was calling me, and it was my nana. I was like, why is Nana calling me? I went back to taping down. I was like, actually, I might need to take this quickly. And she was a bit confused because she has dementia. That she was a bit confused where Mum was because it looked like both cars were there. And all this overthinking, getting confused, was triggered by being overwhelmed by putting her bra on. So yeah, that was fun. But glad she called someone and didn't just panic and flee. And she called me. I have no idea why she called me, because that means she had to go through her contacts and not through recently called. So the brain is weird, especially when you get dementia. So what's next?
That's it. That's what.
No. Wait. We did this last time, so I think it's appropriate to say do this again as a second to last question. How's your mental health been, Joe?
Oh, okay. Generally speaking, great, to be honest. Nothing of massive concern. I have been a little bit stressed with everything, to be honest. Work, theatre, uni coming up, planning for uni, and just, making sure I've got money aside, and then obviously making sure I can get to the theatre. And it's been a bit, so for a little bit it has been a bit of a yikes, but I have been communicating with my colleagues at work and stuff, and I think I'm you know what, everything's gonna be fine.
Lovely stuff
in that area. There was a little while ago that my granddad, who also has dementia, he fell and broke some ribs, which wasn't
scary.
Yeah, which scared everyone, but he's he's on the mend.
He's a fighter.
He's a fighter for sure.
Like my one.
Yeah, he is on the mend. Really glad to hear that he's on the mend, because we were worried for a little bit, but apart from that, I think I'm doing all right. Not too much to worry about at this stage. My older sibling, I know she won't mind me mentioning, my older sibling is doing a level 3 now, which is because she's autistic and stuff. She's had to do certain things through her education differently. And she's now doing a level 3, and I'm really hopeful she can get to uni from that.
Exciting.
So that would be exciting.
What's she doing it in?
Hair and makeup and stuff like that.
She's going to be in the theatre with you.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, if you're really good and I'm really good, I'm hiring you. So
Nah, I'll be out of uni first, so I'm hiring her first.
nah, she's gonna be out of uni last, so it's whoever gets there quick enough. And I'm afraid I'm already there, so might be.
Hey, I have money.
But yeah, no. So I'm really excited for them. Really happy with what's going on at the moment. Was a bit worried for a bit, but now we're okay.
Lovely.
What about you? What about your mental health? I needed to ask you directly.
So, I didn't know how my grandma's dying would affect me. I was in a room where it happened. Click, boom.
You're a dick.
And I was just like confused and didn't know, but I'm just like, yeah, this is life now. And like, yeah, it's been interesting. I feel much better than I did in February and start of September. I've been having doubts about London, whether it's my place.
Right.
But home, the moral of the story of In the Heights, home is where your heart is. So, where's my heart? I don't know.
I don't know, I
But-
fucking lost it. Gotta find that shit.
I don't know, but
Nah.
I'm alright. I'm kind of like, I'm alright doing theatre wherever.
Yeah.
I'm alright. I'm alright if it's Leeds, Aberystwyth. Rather not be here, but if it's here, then fuck it.
Yeah.
Free rent. Free accommodation, no rent. But yeah. Hopefully second year gets better. In terms of attendance, people wanting to be on the course, and hopefully the strikes don't fuck it up as much as it is threatening to do. Strikes? No, redundancies.
I was about to ask about it. I was like, what, strikes?
I'm alright with strikes disrupting stuff. That's the point of strikes. But
you know what? Fair enough. I appreciate that. That was a good statement. Right.
Oh, I can't get home to my wife and family because of the train strikes. Yeah, that's the point. Like, go over it.
All right, you're about to cause a political debate in your comments. That's gonna be well funny.
Make it national. Stop paying them.
Fair game.
I mean the tickets, not the people running the trains. Pay them. Pay them a fair wage. Make it national, so it's mandatory to pay them a fair wage. So vote Green.
Yeah.
July 4th
Oh,
is
Jesus Christ.
general election. Vote by Green.
Vote Biden.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes. We didn't find another
we
thing to rant about.
we
but
have been Richard and Joe,
Yep.
collectively.
That is true. We have been them.
We have talked about lots of stuff.
Mm-hmm,
And Joe, I will see you in 3 months. Most likely 6.